Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the layout. We have a pretty short video today because I, quite frankly, have not been down in the layout room much. I've worked on a few areas. Been working on another kit that we'll show off here shortly. And some more scenery work, obviously. But that's pretty much it. I've got a couple of things in that I ordered, so we'll go over that as well. But without further ado, let's get started. Okay, before we get started on the layout, I need to go back. The last video I did, I reviewed a company called Whistle Stop Model Scale Miniatures, and here's their information on the card. You can see that. There's their Facebook, email, website. So they sent me a few things to review, which I did. But after talking to the owner and talking to a few other people, come to find out I'm pretty stupid, and my review had the fence upside down. So these little prongs, they are actually not for mounting into foam. And I was wondering why they were all bent at an angle. Of course, a lot of people started to let me know that, hey, you're an idiot. These are actually the pieces that stick up on top of the fence for the barbed wire, if you want to add that. So, my apologies to Whistle Stop Models for botching the the review. It's really not funny because this is somebody's livelihood, and but everybody makes mistakes. So I told them I would rectify it. So before we get started, I keep laughing because I didn't realize how stupid I was. But yeah, these are actually the barbs on top of the fence for adding barbed wire to the top of the fence. So there again, I was hoping to get one painted so you can see what it actually looks like when it's out of the mold, but I just didn't get time this week. So at some point, I'm going to get this painted and weathered up, and we'll get these mounted. But yeah, so these models, there's, like I said, there's in the last video, there's actually 5 pieces in this fence, and you just cut them from the sprue. But yeah, the prongs on top are actually for adding barbed wire. It's not for mounting down in the foam. So my apologies to anybody I offended. Especially Whistle Stop Models. I had no intentions of doing that, but yeah, I was just pretty stupid. So anyway, Whistle Stop Model Scale Miniatures. Go and check these guys out, man. They're producing some really high-end 3D things for your railroad, for details and not that type of thing. So that was my apology. So like I said, I am sorry, and let's move on. Okay, so I have made a change on my layout. So this spur track was going to be a recycled trash yard. It's just not quite big enough for what I'm wanting to do. So I have decided to make this basically a storage track for my engines that will push the snowplow over the mountain area of the layout, which that line will continue on here. So as you can see, this is not done yet. But yeah, I'm going to have a pretty steep grade going over the mountain with snow and snow sheds and that type of thing. And I needed a place to put the snowplow, so this is what this is going to be. So there will actually be a snow plow here on front of the train, sitting here, and they will use this periodically to clear the snow off the tracks. And we'll turn this into a yard office and yeah, just a storage track. I've also been working on this area here. This will just be a runoff ditch. And I just got the pipe in right now and kind of formed the land and put a little ground cover down. Now this will be covered with weeds, a lot of grass, a little bit of trash probably, just basically a nasty area for runoff water off of the yard and the two industries on both sides. So been working on that area there, and I'll show you the products here shortly, what I've put down for my base. Okay, the next area I've been working on was this one. Now in the last video I had a lot of trees here, and I did not like the underneath the trees, so I removed all that and I'm experimenting with some different grasses and turfs. This is not the final scene. But this is just another area that I've been working on. So I'm using this more or less for just testing scenery and seeing what I like. But I do not like this either. But this is actually, I'm testing this for another area. So at some point I'll get this completed. I'm just not 100% sold on what I want to do yet. Okay, next area I've been working on is adding foam to raise this area up. Now this will just be a hill with trees and rock faces. This is basically a rock cut that the railroad is going around. And I'm thinking about on the very top up there putting like a old dilapidated barn covered with trees and weeds so you can barely see it, but it would just give a little bit of depth and something to kind of look at as your eyes go up the scene there. Okay, also I received a package in today, or actually 2 days ago, from Arizona Rock and Mineral. I got on their website and ordered some more scenery material. So I've got 2 bags of beach sand. I got 3 bags of Kaibab limestone, which is kind of like a just a brown powder. And then also received, let's see here, some Kaibab base powder. This is a lot finer. So the base powder is basically just a really smooth, fine powder that I like to put down for the base of my railroad. And then the Kaibab limestone, it's a little shade different, I think. And then of course just a little bit bigger granules, if that makes sense. And then the one that I've been waiting for is this here from Arizona Rock and Mineral. This was my ballast. Now, I actually received 2 orders, 4 bags that I forgot I ordered from Spring Creek Model Trains, and it was taking a while to get here, so I just got on Arizona Rock and Minerals website and I ordered 3 or 4 more bags, so I've got plenty of ballast now. But yeah, these are Arizona Rock and Mineral. To me is the best scenery material out there because they actually take the real stuff and grind it up and use it. So if you want the realism, I would definitely recommend this. And honestly, I ordered all this and it was less than $100 for everything, and that's including shipping. So you can go on their website, just hit add to cart, whatever you want, and my stuff shipped like 2 days, maybe 1 day after I ordered it. And I'm in Nashville. They're in obviously Tucson, I think, Arizona, or maybe Phoenix. But yeah, it shipped like the next day, and I ordered it on like Monday, and it was here by Friday. So that's pretty good coming from the post office. Okay, last but not least, I have been working on this kit for my grain silos. Now this is from Southern Tier Grain Modeler Supply, and I'm sure a lot of you know Kevin Tully. So I got on his website. Actually, I saw him at the St. Louis RPM show and seen what an awesome product he makes. These are all 3D printed, but yeah, the models look fantastic. I fell in love with them as soon as I saw them. Now these have already had the tops installed, and then I spent the last, actually I started these yesterday. I spray painted them with a metallic silver paint, and then I weathered them down with some alcohol and some black ink washes. Then I weathered them with powders, and after I got done, I was like, I really should have did a video on this, but I didn't. So, but at some point, I promise I'm going to do a video on how I weather things, because to me, these turned out fantastic. Exactly what I wanted to go with my my grain and feed mill here. I wanted something to look, I'm kind of try to explain how I wanted this. So this is no longer in use. It's no longer served by rail. Oops, sorry about that. But I wanted something that looked like it had been sitting in the Montana weather for years. Like I said, it's no longer in business. It's no longer rail served. So it's just sitting dilapidated, really. So that's why I weathered them as much as I did. I put probably 3 coats of India ink and alcohol washes over the whole thing. And then I weathered the roofs a little more heavier with, these are sponging techniques that I think really enhances the rust. And then I finished them off with some different powders. But I still have to add the tops and the piping to go into here, which I will hopefully in the next few weeks. I just got so much on my plate. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. This is going to make a great scene on my layout. Now, why I find this kit to be extraordinary with details and realism. Kevin has put a lot of work into this. I do have one complaint. It comes with, this was the Adrian kit, I believe, and it comes with all of these parts, and I mean, it's just got a lot of detail parts for ladders and the chutes and all of that stuff. And you even get some decals. My only complaint, there are no instructions. I emailed Kevin about it, and he said, no, you basically just have to look at the photo. So I wish that was one thing Kevin would change, because as somebody that doesn't know anything about grain, I don't know. This is going to take me a while to put together, because I've got to just look at the photo and hope and guess I'm putting the parts and pieces in the right place. But other than that, spectacular kit, man. This is just, this really enhances my layout. I'm really happy with the way they're weathered. It added the realism that I was looking for this scene. It really, to me, it goes really good with this this building here, the Teslo Inc. Grain and Hay. So yeah, like I said, I've got to finish all the details on top and get it painted and weathered. But I'm pretty happy with this one, especially since, like I said, I started painting these yesterday about 5 o'clock when I got home from work, or actually, yeah, it was around 5 o'clock. And this morning I finished the weathering with the powders and the washes. So the only thing that I have to do is I've got to go back and remove the decals. So I got these decals from another kit, and while I like the decals, I don't think I let them dry enough, and when I put the first wash down, I forgot to seal them with dull coat, and I got some India ink and alcohol wash up underneath the label, so the squares of the labels actually stick out. So probably this afternoon I'm going to remove all of them, put new decals down, and repair all that, because I don't like that. So you can really see it on this one here. If you see the square box from the decal, one, I didn't cut it close enough to the GSI. And I tried to repair it with chalks and different things, but it just didn't come out to the quality that I wanted. But hey, live and learn. But yeah, so anyway, that's what I've been working on for the last week. I've, like I said, I've not been too busy on the layout, but I've been working on this kit and some other things. But yeah, you know, to be honest, I feel like I've been working like a man on a mission, because I actually started this layout around 8 months ago, and to get where I'm at now, I'm pretty happy. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do, let me back the camera up and I'll show you. So the next thing I'm going to do is I bought these heavy duty brackets here, and I'm going to mount these brackets up here on the layout, up on the backdrop, and I'm going to start installing the upper fascia to add all of my lights down on the layout. So this will be the next project. I bought these on Amazon. They're really heavy duty. I mean, they're like hardened steel. So I'll mount like 3 or 4 here. Then we'll add more all the way down the layout, because right now the layout is just a big L. And we're going to add the fascia, the upper fascia, and start adding all of the lights down onto the layout to really enhance the lighting. So that'll be the next project I'm going to be working on, and then we'll get the fascia on the top and bottom painted. But I hope you guys enjoyed the small update. I say small. I just, man, I get down here and I work on like 6 different things at one time, because you know you got to let glue dry. So I'll move on to another project. But for the most part, that's everything I can think of that I've been working on. So there's a couple of train shows coming up that I'm going to be looking for particular items. But other than that, I can't think of anything else. I am looking for some recommendations. I'm looking for somebody to custom paint some engines for me. That is one thing I am just not into. And I've got 2 engines right now that I'd like to get painted into my own paint scheme. But I've reached out to a couple of people, and they've responded. Then I send them back messages, and then I just never hear from them again. So if anybody's up to custom painting, or anybody knows somebody, send me a message, send me a link. I'd like to take a look at their work and go from there. But that's going to do it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this layout, and we'll see you guys in about a week.